Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. Lot of times we wonder why should we seek the services of an astrologer, and should we use astrology as a help or support in our life, especially to take this help of an astrologer in important life events. Now there are many people who don't go to an astrologer, may never have gone to any medium, whether it's a tarot card reader or a psychic or an astrologer, Western or Vedic, whoever, and may have led very good lives and sometimes may not have utilized or even read up their own sun signs, for example, and may have led fairly comfortable and good lives as well. But there are times when we do wonder whether we need help of a medium to reach out to those who probably we have not reached to the services when related to the heavens. Now normally, when do we go to such a medium? When do we reach out to the heavens for help? When we don't feel that we are getting the help on earth, only then we reach out to the heavens. Normally our lives may have been full of ups and downs, but we found some or the other way to resolve it, either going to a lawyer or through a wise counsel or talking to a friend, seeking the help of a counselor in various ways. So for example, if you are facing a challenge in a relationship, we may want to sit down with a partner, with a spouse or a girlfriend or boyfriend and talk it out with them. If still the matter is not resolved, then we may approach a best friend and talk to him or her and see, this is what is happening in my personal life. What do you say I should do? Where am I going wrong? How am I going wrong? And we may also try to, seek more opinions, maybe with somebody who is a relative, maybe somebody who is a wise person in the family, or maybe even approach our parents to seek help from, or maybe a sibling, where we ask that, this is what's happening in my relationship, am I doing it right? And or if we are a couple, we may go to a counselor, so that the counselor can look at it, who is an expert, and the shrink may be able to tell us whether it's right or wrong, and who should be doing what, and how do we approach the relationship, and how do we build the trust, and so on. And we try that. And if nothing of this works, we have tried everything and nothing is working, and then we think, am I, really doing things? The couple may think we are both doing, we have tried everything that we thought could work, nothing is working. So do we part ways, or is there some other way? Excuse me. Second thing, similarly, we may reach out to somebody in, if you're facing a financial challenge, we may reach out to the banks, we may reach out to a financial expert, we may reach out to a friend who we think is good at investments. We may even talk to somebody, a colleague at work who we feel does such investments and is financially sound and stable, if our financial situation is not too good, in spite of having a job and a stable job and a steady income. And then we try everything and still we find that we are not able to make our ends meet, whereas others seem to be doing fairly well, they have a better car, they have a good house, and then we don't know where our money is going. And so, in spite of trying all help, all support, yet we don't get answers. Then we may sit up and take notice that, do I need to reach out to the heavens for help? And maybe in business, we are floundering in business, we are not being able to do well, so we seek help from somebody who is a business expert. We may seek help from people who are doing well in the similar business. We may go to somebody who is an expert advisor, expert counsel in that business, and so forth. And yet we are not able to, in spite of doing everything, seeking advice, we are not able to do well in the business also. Then too we may think that, do I need to reach to the heavens for help? Now, how do we reach the heavens for help? We use a conduit, we use a medium, which could be, as I said earlier, a tarot card reader, an astrologer, a psychic, whoever. Now, because we need the medium to reach out to the heavens to know what is in store for us, so sometimes these mediums are, if you don't know them well, maybe we don't find them trustworthy, and so the doubt in our minds stops us from using their services, because we feel all of them are either out to make a fast buck, they don't know what they're talking about, they will manipulate us, they may cheat us, and we may never be able to get out of it, and so on. So the fear stops us from taking the help from such mediums, such help. And I can understand that there are a lot of people who may seek advice from such mediums and not may have been helped, shelled out a lot of money, and yet found no solution, in fact got into a deeper hole than before. So this happens, and that's why it's important that we are careful when we reach out to such mediums when we don't have any experience of reaching out to such people for help. One way to do is that people generally reach out to help with people who have already done that. So if I need help, if I don't know any astrologer and I have never used astrology before, for example, then I may reach out to a friend who I know that seeks astrological help or uses a psychic or a tarot card reader for help, and through them I may go to a trustworthy medium and utilize their services. So usually people reach out to a trustworthy medium who's referred by somebody who's trustworthy themselves, and we seek help. Sometimes we get help from such instances, such experiences, sometimes we may not. So anyways, whether we like it or not, whether we want it or not, in times of challenges, in times of issues, or in bad times, most of us, a lot of us, reach out to the heavens through such mediums for help, and we may find solace there also. Now, what usually happens with such mediums? The first thing they do is they tell you that it's not you. The problem is either with the other person whom you're dealing with a partner or a spouse. So most of the tarot card readings, if you look at the love tarot card reading, will talk about the other person is not trustworthy, the other person has ego issues, the other person is narcissistic, and all that they will tell you, because nobody likes to be told that you effed up, you fucked up, So excuse my language, but that's what they tell you. And so you are not to be blamed, and you are stable. And very rarely will a tarot card reader tell you, you know what, you are overthinking the situation. You're not over-analyzing a thinking, analyzing or overthinking a situation. Please give it a break. The other person is good enough. It's a problem with you, man. Wake up, smell the coffee. So very rarely such people, some tarot card readers or some mediums will tell you, the issue is not with them, it's with you. But what happens is in tarot card reading, it's more of what card may open up for you. In astrological readings, you're specific to the last degree a planetary placement, a transit is being looked into. Now, even astrologers will normally tell you that it is the transit which is to be blamed, it is the dasha period to be blamed, it is the sale sati to be blamed, and so on. However, a good astrologer will also tell you that, these are your strengths, you need to focus on this. These are your challenges or challenge areas. Try and overcome them through doing this. They will also suggest to you behavior changes. They will suggest to you attitude changes. Rather than asking you to wear gemstones or go to temples or do remedies alone, which help to some extent. A good astrologer will tell you an attitude change, a behavioral change that you need to do to be able to turn around your life for the better. So, seek such help of a trusted person and who is able to tell you what attitude changes, what behavioral changes you also need to do, apart from other remedies you need to do. Somebody who suggests gemstones, the first time you visit them, be a little cautious of them, because gemstones cost a bomb and they don't help you so much. So be very, very beware of any astrologer who deals in gemstones for you. 99% of the times, those gemstones don't help you. Astrologer is making a fast buck through somebody, or at least putting you into that world which you need not go. And so that's one thing which you anyways may do if you need help, and if you feel the world is not able to help you, you need help from the heavens, you reach out to such people. So it's obvious that you will do that. If you have not done that, and if you're facing troubled times, please reach out and take at least one astrological help, so that you know if there is something which is also on the sidelines creating challenges in your life. And sometimes it could be a combination of, and generally it is a combination of your planetary placement and your behavioral and attitude challenges that you have along with the placements that leads you to a whole. And a good astrologer may be able to tell you what to do and what to not to do, what to avoid, and how to be safe from the situation. It's like this: if you are in the open seas, if you're in a cruise liner, or if you are in the fishing business, you will always have a storm warning. You will always be looking at the maps, you will be looking at storm warnings, and accordingly you'll plan where to take the ship, not to take the ship, go back to the port, not go into the seas for those hours. Life, you also need that map. You need that map which tells you whether a storm is brewing. So an astrological reading consultation may be able to tell you if something may go wrong, or is on the offing, or is currently going wrong, because of which you are in a hole. Now, instead of taking very expensive advice from a legal counsel or an expert in business who may charge you thousands of dollars, an astrologer may charge you anywhere between $50 to $100 or slightly more, depending on what the charges of the astrologer may be. That's a very small investment which you can make on the side to know whether things are going right or not. Now, I'm not saying that you completely listen to the astrologer, but it's a direction which is given to you, which is a to keep track of and to validate what you're doing. If the astrologer says this is not the right time for you to make such an investment, and if you still do, and if you face losses, it rings a bell in your mind, right? But if things go right for you, if anyways things are good for you, then you're safe, right? So it always helps to have a storm warning. It's up to you what you do with the storm warning, but it helps to have a warning. It helps to have a map in front of you. Secondly, if everything is going right in your life, my suggestion is still to take an astrological reading so that you know where you're heading. Now, if everything in your life is good, you may not even be watching this video, for example. Unless you are somebody who believes in astrology and is able to, or at least ready to try out or listen to what somebody is saying, if you have reached my channel on my video of accident. Now, one of the things which also happens with astrological readings is that some people have astrological advice that they seek very rarely. For example, in India, you seek astrological advice on the least level, matching the horoscope charts of a would-be prospective bride and the bridegroom to see whether the horoscopes match, and second, to take the muhurta, or the most appropriate time when to do the wedding ceremony, or the Saat Feras, going around the fire. That is a religious ceremony that in India Hindus do for the wedding to be solemnized. So a muhurta is taken out for such an event. So which is the basic bare minimum thing which a lot of people seek the services of an astrologer for. The level 2 is some people take astrological advice for major events in their life. Apart from marriage and the muhurta, or the right time for the marriage ceremony, they may seek the best time to buy a house, the best time after they buy the house, the best time to maybe invest in a business, to start a business. So for major events in their life, they may seek advice. Some people may take an advice even for slightly minor events. For example, when do you buy the house? Also, when do you enter the house, which is called the Griha Pravesh, or the housewarming ceremony. So when to do the puja or the religious rituals for ensuring that there is more auspiciousness in the house and the house is ready to accept new occupants or accept you. Some people seek advice on almost month-to-month basis, where they're looking at what stocks do I invest? Do I invest in this stock or that stock? And should I do this or should I not do that? So small things also they may reach out to astrologers for. So depends on what kind of person you are, whether you are somebody who very rarely seeks astrological advice, or seeks it for major events, or seeks it for both minor and major events depending on how you approach life. But if you have never sought an astrological advice, my suggestion is to do at least once in your life, so that you have something as a map to validate some of the things and give you a roadmap. You may not follow the roadmap, but it's a good thing to always look at it while you're on the life journey to see whether it matches or not. Because if you feel it is matching, then if we it's always better to know and see, is there a storm coming, is there a bad time coming, is the road going to be bad, are there going to be more road bumps, is the road going to turn worse, can I have a breakdown of my car. So it always helps. So my suggestion is, seek astrological advice from one who you feel is trustworthy, through those people who you know are trustworthy themselves and they know somebody who is trustworthy. Seek advice at least once, know what your astrological placements are, know what your strengths and challenges are, so that you can make the maximum use of this life. If somebody tells you that a certain period is good, and if you make a small investment and if you do good, then it's a sign that you can do more, rather and you can proceed with more confidence rather than proceed with more caution. It helps to have a expert who can tell you where to head and where not to head. It is like a navigator when you're driving a car, and if there is a navigator who's able to tell you what speed bump you may face and what sharp turns are coming up, then you can go much faster. And that's why race car driving, they always have a navigator, so that you are able to go much faster in life and you're able to do things with more confidence, because the navigator is able to tell you. Astrological advice is just like that. Whether it's astrological or tarot card advice or psychic, whatever advice it is, it helps to have an astrological reading once and know and follow that track. May not be for everything in life, but at least at the starting point. If you feel you've got somebody who's trustworthy, maybe you will seek more help from them. And once in 5 years, if you feel an astrologer is good, going to an astrologer once in 5 years, spending those $50, $100 or slightly more or even less, depending on the fees, it's not a big investment, but it may be a great investment if that advice is good, the astrology is good, and you are able to harness the energy which is given to you through your astrological placements. And an astrological help never goes waste. It always helps you in some endeavor of other of your life. I know many people who, for instance, were either stuck up in a business and didn't know what to do, whether to liquidate the business or stop it or go into something else, and sought advice, and they got to know that the relevant field for them was not in the business that they were in, because an astrological placement was not right. A certain planet was very weak in which direction they were doing business, and business in some other line, in some other industry was better for them. I also know people who were wasting their time or slogging in the country of their birth, whereas their future was in a foreign country, working with foreign people, working with people from different culture. And when they sought the advice and then they made the move, they did very well in foreign countries abroad, whether in the US, in the Canada, in Singapore, Australia and so on, and they were happier and they found their life had a turnaround. Many people seek advice before they get married, and they find that they were better off not marrying the person and marrying somebody else, because later on they found that there were misfortunes in the family of the person whom they had not married, seeking astrological advice and rejecting the proposal. There are people who ask whether they should go for higher education, and would that help them to have a better career. Sometimes it is seen that higher education does not give you a better career, and when there are no relation between career and higher education. So astrological advice then would be able to guide you where to focus your energies on. Some people are in business in a partnership so that they can reduce their risks, they can spread their risks, but little do they know that partnership business is not for them. Generally, an astrologer would also be able to tell you if, for example, if your fifth house is not good, then you will face challenges in your primary education. You may have challenges in the birth of your child, in the matters of children's own education, for example. Then you would also know that speculative investment like stocks may also not help you. So it's always good to seek astrological advice so that you may have a turnaround moment in your life. You never know. So better safe than sorry. There is no big loss or hardly a very small investment to seek astrological advice, but it's a long way to go and maybe a strong help for you, especially in times of need. So friends, this is my advice about whether to seek astrological advice or not and when to seek it. Please like this video, please share this video, and please seek out to me or reach out to me if you need a personal consultation from me. And till we meet some other time, this is your friend Astrology and Guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.